All that remains is for you to decide what you want from this war.
My enemies have been allowed to muster their strength.
She'll certainly fail.
Heathrone has taken everything from them, and now it may demand the final price. The new trailer for House of the Dragon season 3, Episode 8 begins with the feeling that there is no turning back. The war between the Blacks and the Greens is no longer a struggle fought through whispers, secret meetings, or careful political moves. It is becoming something far more dangerous. The dragons are moving, the armies are gathering, and the people who once fought under the same banner are beginning to question who they are really fighting for. Rhaenyra has spent this entire war trying to hold together a kingdom that is slowly breaking apart, but the return of Aegon changes the balance once again. After being believed to be dead, Aegon is alive. And even more importantly, Sunfire has returned to him. The sight of the king and his dragon together is not simply a surprise, it is a warning. Aegon may be wounded, scarred, and far weaker than the man who once sat comfortably on the Iron Throne, but he is still alive. And as long as Aegon lives, Rhaenyra's claim can never be completely secure. The trailer makes this threat even more dangerous because Rhaenyra is now forced to understand that the enemy she thought she had defeated can rise again. But the most frightening part is not Aegon's return. It is what his return could do to Rhaenyra's mind. She has already watched trust disappear around her. The longer this war continues, the harder it becomes for her to know who is loyal and who is waiting for the right moment to betray her. And that fear is about to become very real, because the trailer is clearly building toward Tumbleton, a place where the battle will not simply be between Black and Green soldiers. It will be a battle where dragons, dragon riders, and broken loyalties collide at the same time. One of the biggest questions surrounding the finale is what will happen with Hugh Hammer and Ulf White. Both men began as unexpected weapons for Rhaenyra. They were ordinary men who suddenly gained the power of dragons, and that power changed everything. But giving someone a dragon does not automatically give them loyalty. It gives them power, and power has a way of revealing what a person truly wants. The Greens understand this. Ormond Hightower has already been working to pull those dragon riders away from Rhaenyra, and the trailer suggests that his plan may finally begin to succeed. This is where the story becomes terrifying, because Rhaenyra may soon discover that the dragons she thought would save her could become the very weapons turned against her. And then there is Daeron Targaryen. His arrival has been one of the most important developments of the season, because unlike some of the other members of his family, Daeron still carries a sense of innocence, but innocence cannot survive easily in a war like this. The trailer places Daeron and Targaryen directly into the coming conflict, suggesting that the young prince will be forced to step deeper into the bloodshed. His dragon Targaryen may soon become one of the most important pieces on the battlefield, and the danger becomes even greater when multiple dragons are flying over the same war. At Tumbleton, the sky itself could become a battlefield. Then we come to Daemon. His story has been moving toward war for a long time, and now he appears ready to unleash the power that Rhaenyra has been waiting for. Daemon has always understood something that the other characters often forget. A war is not won simply because you have the better claim. It is won by making the enemy afraid to challenge you. And with Caraxes beneath him, Daemon has the ability to turn fear into destruction. The trailer strongly points toward Daemon leading his forces into the coming battle, and this could be one of the moments where his role becomes critical again. But there is something more interesting here. Daemon is no longer the reckless prince we knew at the beginning of the story. He has seen what the war has done. He has seen what power costs. And now he has to decide how much more blood he is willing to spill for Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra, meanwhile, faces a completely different kind of battle. Her enemy is not only outside her walls, it is also inside her own mind. The more people she loses, the more she begins to question everyone around her. The more powerful the dragon riders become, the more dangerous they become to her. And when a ruler starts fearing the people who are supposed to protect her, every decision becomes a possible mistake. This is why the finale could be so important for Rhaenyra. She may win a battle and still lose something much more valuable: trust. And then there is Adam Valerion. His bond with Seasmoke has made him one of the most important dragon riders fighting for the Blacks, but the trailer appears to place him close to the coming conflict at Tumbleton, and that raises a huge question. Will Rhaenyra continue to trust him when the pressure becomes unbearable? Adam has already shown that he is willing to act on his own when he believes something must be done. In a normal war, that could make him a hero. In Rhaenyra's war, it could make him look like a threat. And that difference may become extremely important going forward. The trailer also gives us another disturbing possibility. The coming battle may not end with one side simply defeating the other. It may create complete chaos. Tumbleton is not just another battlefield. It is the place where loyalty begins to mean almost nothing. Men can change sides. Dragon riders can turn on one another. And once the dragons begin fighting, there may be no way to control what happens next. This is what makes the finale feel different from everything that came before it. The war has reached a point where even the people controlling the pieces may no longer be able to control the game. And above all of this is Helaena. Her visions have become more important as the season has continued, and the appearance of Dreamfire has made her connection to the future even more mysterious. Her visions are not simple dreams. They appear to show fragments of events that have not happened yet, and the terrifying question is whether she is seeing a future that can still be changed or one that has already been decided. The trailer has made it clear that Helena's role is becoming more important, and her connection to the dragons could reveal something that changes how we understand the war. But perhaps the biggest danger is the return of Sunfire. Aegon's dragon was believed to be finished, yet he survived. And this is more than a simple comeback. Sunfire and Aegon are both wounded. Both carry the scars of the war. But together they represent something Rhaenyra cannot destroy so easily: the green claim to the throne. If Aegon can gather support again, Rhaenyra could find herself fighting a war she thought was already moving in her favor. And that could force her to make a choice that changes everything. The trailer seems to be asking one simple question: what happens when the people who were supposed to end the war become the reason it grows even worse? The answer may be Tumbleton. Because if the battle unfolds the way the trailer suggests, this will not simply be another victory for one side. It could be the beginning of a much darker stage of the dance. The dragons will burn, armies will break, and the survivors will have to live with the choices they made when there was still time to turn back. And that is what makes the final moments of this trailer so dangerous. We know the war is coming. We know the dragons are going to fight. We know Aegon is alive. We know Rhaenyra is under pressure. But what we do not know is who will still be standing when the smoke finally clears. Because in House of the Dragon, surviving the battle does not mean winning the war. Sometimes, the person who survives is simply the person who has to carry the consequences. The season has spent episode after episode building toward this moment. Now the pieces are finally moving toward one another. Rhaenyra has her dragons. Aegon has returned with Sunfire. Daemon is ready for war. Daeron and Tessarion are entering the fight. Hugh and Ulf hold power that could change the balance. Adam and Seasmoke may soon be pulled into the chaos. And somewhere in the middle of it all, the future may already be unfolding through Helena's visions. The crown is still there. The throne is still waiting. But after everything that has happened, it is becoming harder to believe that anyone can truly win it without losing themselves. And when the dragons finally rise over Tumbleton, the question will no longer be who deserves the crown. The question will be who is willing to burn the world to take it.